Hello, everyone. Welcome back to I Create for You. Um, I cannot believe it's already the first Monday in May. Whew. The year is just about half over already. Where did the time go? This is called Ghosts Among Us, and we're in the section where there are haunted museums and haunted mansions. So I'm going to read two today because they're kind of short, and I'll start off with Island of Ghosts. I only do one sketch today, and I chose to do this one sketch because I haven't done this type of a ghost before, and so I'll explain it when we get there. The Island of Ghosts. Nearly 70 miles west of Key West, Florida, the dry tortugas seem to float in the turquoise ocean where turtles and sharks and amazingly beautiful fish swim. Discovered by Ponce de Leon in 1513, the cluster of 7 islands drew the attention of the military in the early 1800s. In 1846, the construction of a huge fortress began, yet Fort Jefferson was never finished because new weapon innovations made the military's plans for the fort obsolete. Famous for its abundant marine life and history of pirates and sunken treasures, the Dry Tortugas is an incredible place for snorkeling. The Civil War era saw the fort used as a prison where criminals and army deserters were locked up. Perhaps the most famous prisoner was Dr. Samuel Mudd, who was accused of conspiring with John Wilkes Booth in the assassination of President Lincoln. After the fort's doctor died of yellow fever and Mudd took over the medical care there, he received a presidential pardon from Andrew Jackson in 1869. Today, in addition to being a breathtakingly beautiful place, Fort Jefferson can be spooky, especially at night. One employee who asked to remain anonymous told me he had spent a couple of weeks there. It was hard to sleep, he said. When there was no moon, it was pitch black. I heard what sounded like soldiers marching on asphalt. He also described an eerie moaning. Rumors of ghosts at Fort Jefferson are whispered about among employees, yet they resist talking to outsiders about the restless spirits there. So here is the island that they are talking of. It says the dried tortugas are beautiful in the big bay, but can be frighteningly dark or at night when the ghosts come out to play. And that was, get a better picture here. There, now you can see it. Oh, right. As you can tell, there wasn't really much anything I could draw there except write the word moan, I guess. So we're going into haunted antiques. It's not just houses that can be haunted. Sometimes it is the most ordinary of objects. Antique shops, of course, are filled with everyday objects from days gone by. When an item comes with a past, it may also come with a ghost. 3rd Street Antique Mall, which occupies a space smack in front of the Meeker Mansion, is home to suspicious activity. At one time, the paved parking lot was sweet with the scent of exquisite blossoms, for it was once the site of the Meeker Mansion's rose garden. Employee Keitha Crane has seen an inexplicable shadow darting through the upstairs several times when she was closing up. I am a Christian, so I am not afraid, she said, stressing that she does not seek out ghosts or haunted places. Then there is the mystery of the phantom squirrel, seen by a pair of older shoppers at 3rd Street Antique Mall. The couple saw the little gray creature scurry over the floor and disappear under a trunk, and they hurried to tell management, who immediately investigated. There was, however, no sign of any living critter, leading some to surmise that he was a leftover ghost from the days the area was the Meeker Rose Garden. And they don't have a picture of that mansion or anything like that. So we are going to try to do a squirrel ghost. I have not done one of those yet. Since it was the only physical form, I guess you would call it, I will attempt to draw one ready to scurry across the floor. We'll see how this goes. Alrighty. Hope you guys have a great start to your week. The weather's supposed to be nice. I did 2 loads of wash yesterday and I'm still not done. I had to do a few more loads today. Well, 2 more loads today. Being that our dryer broke, so this is one of the reasons why I'm so backed up on laundry. Thank goodness we're not running around naked. I know that was just like too much information. Sorry about that. But yeah. That would have been not a fun sight to see. At least on my behalf, I think. I like hanging my laundry out. My mom used to do it all the time, so it's not something that bothers me too much to hang out my laundry. And it's the great thing was it's always funny because whenever we go somewhere, whenever we live somewhere, if they have a place for me to hang out laundry, oh, it's a plus, definite plus. So when we were looking at this place, the first thing I saw when I looked out the back window was the laundry line, and I went, oh, I could hang out laundry, and the landlord laughed at me and I said, you just don't understand. I said, I really like to hang out my laundry because I don't like to air my dirty laundry, but if it comes clean in the washing machine, well then I'm all for it, right? Let me make sure you guys can see me. Sometimes I'm not in frame, and I apologize for that. So far, so good. He's looking something like a squirrel. I'm trying, folks. This leg looks awfully stupid to me. Alrighty. Let's try to get him a little bit better here. Since their back legs are a little bit longer. Squirrels are kind of amazing, aren't they? There's these flying squirrels that can just fly from tree to tree. And they're just like, if you ever just watch them, they're just so... Some of their movements are so like glitchy. It's the only thing I can think of, where they're like look like they're on something because they're like twitchy. So yeah, it's and we have quite a few here, and they've been here since, well, they've probably been here long before we got here, but we got a lot of them, and we have a lot of people out here who feed the birds and feed the squirrels, and we do the same thing. Sometimes when we go to food pantry, don't tell the food pantry this, but sometimes when we go to food pantry and we get like raisins or dates or sunflower seeds, they go right to the squirrels. I mean, there are some food sources around here, but not a lot for the squirrels. More for the birds than the squirrels. But every now and then they get a treat when we have some raisins and stuff and sunflower seeds. And then I like to take like a walk around the park, because our park has acorns all over the ground, and so I usually bring some home for the squirrels, and it's not that far away. So just Don't even have to drive there. Just walk out my back door and we're home free to the park. So I like it when it starts getting nice out. I can get some exercise in. Although my I know that you don't really need to know this, but my car accident that I had back in 2010 had left me kind of limited on the walking, sitting, standing. Like I can do it in increments. Like I can't switch it up all the time. So yeah, I try to walk, but then I can take breaks, So, and walk at my own pace. But as long as I'm able to walk and get some exercise in when it's nice out, I want to do it. So, and finally, we're getting good weather here. We've been swamped with drizzles and downpours and gloomy. Yesterday it was so freaking windy. My laundry dried so quickly. Planted my sunflower plants. We started them indoors. I saw a thing on YouTube where you just take gallon jugs, cut them in half, leaving a little bit of a hinge in the back, and then putting your ground in and planting, and then you can plant them indoors. And it worked for us because of having cats. The cats couldn't get to them to dig in the ground or anything, so it really helped. And my goodness, my sunflower seeds that I put in, they just went crazy. They're right now they're about 6 inches tall already and ready for sprouting up, because now I stuck them in the ground yesterday. I hadn't had the chance because it's been raining so much. They've been outside in the elements, and they survived and thrived. And so, like after they sprout and they get like maybe an inch or two high, you open up the container, and you can take them outside then. I mean, they're still protected a little bit, but it was awesome. So here's my squirrel. Our ghostly squirrel. Yes, I was telling you, like, I had this issue when I'm just going to tell you the story. Sorry if it bores you. If it does, you can just stop watching if you'd like, but I'm going to just share a little tidbit with you. Just remember to give me a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you haven't. Oh, this is going to be a once and done story, so you won't have to listen to it anymore after this. That's a plus. Actually, when I was T-boned in 2010, messed up both my knees, and I have a bulging disc in my back. I've developed fibromyalgia. I have degenerative disc disease and degenerative joint disease, and I had bursitis in my hip on the side that I had gotten hit on. So I already had one knee replacement. I'll probably get the other one replaced too. It's due to get replaced. So yeah, it kind of really, because my knees hit the dashboard, so it kind of ruined me, because right before this happened, my daughter and I used to go to a dance studio. I used to dance 7 dance classes a week. I did hip hop, jazz, modern, Irish, clogging, musical theater, and Polynesian. And so I used to do that. I had 7 classes a week right before it happened. So it really stopped me in my tracks. So it was a very quick adjustment change. I tried to go back to dance, and I couldn't. My knees were just a mess, and my back was a mess, so I couldn't really do anything anymore. So I was in a very depressive state. Sometimes I get there again, now and again, when I physically can't do something. So going from being so physically active to not being able to do anything, and then developing all these medical conditions afterwards was very mentally um, absorbing to me. It was just like, I was just so, it just so depressed me. But I've learned to adapt. I still do things that I try. Okay, let me just say, I try to do things that I shouldn't be doing. You have good days and bad days. So on the good days, you just pile the crap on, like you can get so much done because you're having a good day. But then you create bad day. I'll create the next day. It'll be my worst day ever because now I'm in pain from everything that I did the day before when I felt good. So it's a give and take, and I learned to live with it. I mean, I'm on medications, but I don't really want to be on medications. I would really just like to be me. But so I just want to say, if you're in any kind of situation like that and you have a creative outlet, take it. It is more than likely going to be your therapy. I have always sketched. I've always been done creative things. I've always painted. So I already had that, and I've always been crafty. And that's due to my mom and my aunt were always crafty people, and I guess I just happened to fall in their footsteps. I was able to sew. I'm able to do all these little things that help me mentally and physically, because then these are things I can do and not have to worry about it. I mean, I can get up. I can only sit for so long, and then I have to get up because my back starts to spasm. So it's a give and take thing. But while I'm in the zone of creating, especially for you guys, it helps me. It helps me to express myself. It helps me to be in a different mindset. So what I want to say, what you take away from my channel, not only from the inspirational shorts that I do to help you, encourage you, motivate you, inspire you, I also want you to know that you're not alone in your struggles, and no matter what they may be. And if you can find a creative outlet, even if you can't draw, you know, just, or reading, if anything, find something to keep your mind busy and your hands busy if you can. If my hands ever get messed up, I don't know what would happen with me, because then I'd be in a real tough jam. Thank goodness my hands aren't that bad. I did have an accident where I had 6 torn ligaments in my wrist and have it fused, but I'm still able. I mean, my hand doesn't fully straighten out. I don't have a really good grip, but that's my left hand. I'm a righty, so hopefully nothing ever happens to my right hand. Anyway, just be you. Find an outlet to help you with whatever you may be going through, and stick to it. You'll rise above any of your struggles, hopefully. And I hope my channels help you in a little bit. Even if you can't and you don't want to draw or sketch or whatever in front of other people, just tinker around with it. I mean, like, I don't mean to say this in a wrong way, but there's abstract drawings that, oh my gosh, like, it's just where, however you are, don't stress about it. Don't judge yourself. Just do. Don't get frustrated with yourself, because I've been doing this since I was a kid, and I am now 61. So I've had years of experience, and I still am not professional in any way. And I never claimed to be, and I don't care if someone doesn't like my drawings, because they're just a part of me, and it's the best way I can find to express myself and share. I'll share it with you, even when they're crappy drawings. I'll still share it with you. This is my outlet, and this is, believe it or not, challenging for me, because it's pressure. I have so much time to draw, but not only that, people are watching me draw, and they see what I'm doing. I can't perfect it. I would really tweak this picture, but time constraints with my phone's videoing, and I don't want to just keep hanging you there on keep erasing and redoing and no. If I felt like I had to redo this and make it perfect, it would defeat the purpose of me not doing something not stressful. So, with all that being put out there, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a great week. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for whatever Wednesday, which again, I have no idea what we're doing this week for whatever Wednesday. You know what? Maybe I'll have you guys come along on with me. I wanted to paint some saws, some hand saws and some circular saws to take to the auction for Father's Day. I'm going to paint them up and show you how I do that. Maybe I'll do that for whatever Wednesday. So stick around. You might be intrigued at how that is done. I've done it before. I believe I did circular saws before. Maybe I'll just do a hand saw this time and change it up a bit. Thank you so much for stopping by. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative, stay colorful, stay true to yourself, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye for now.